Just before we get into the video, this video is sponsored by Pro Guides. Pro Guides aims to improve you as a League of Legends player, so if you are dedicated to improving as a player, I recommend you check them out. They are also currently doing a 1-year Pro Guides membership giveaway, link in the description if you want to be a part of that. By the looks of things, there are only 5 days left to enter, so make sure you enter if you want that free 1-year Pro Guides membership.
Let's raise the stakes. Looks like trouble. It's my lucky day. Lady Luck is smiling.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mickey C, aka TheLoLHounds. So a lot of people always comment on my highest mastery points videos. Why are all the highest mastery points players always seem to be in low elo? Well, I guess that is probably because I focus on them a lot more, but there definitely are some players with the highest mastery points on a player in high elo, including this Twisted Fate with the highest mastery points in the world with over 2.2 million mastery points. He is currently in Challenger on the North American server, and he is also the highest ranked or best Lolskill ranked Twisted Fate in the world. Also, he has only ever played 2 champions on his account, Twisted Fate and Nidalee, and by the looks of things, he has only ever played 1 game on Nidalee, which he probably regrets. That is some dedication in my opinion. He goes by the name of SSBM Hax, which actually stands for Super Smash Bros. Melee, and I did a little bit of research, and he was actually previously, or still is, a Super Smash Bros. Melee professional player. So that is pretty cool. Anyway, this video will be a build guide just going through his runes, masteries, item build, and skill order for Twisted Fate. So you guys can just either copy it yourself or compare your builds on Twisted Fate to his. It is always nice to know what the best players are building on a certain champion. So without further ado, let's do this. So first of all, summoner spells. He usually always takes Flash and Ghost on TF. However, I did notice in specific matchups he took Exhaust instead of Ghost. Those matchups were Zed, Fizz, and Talon. That makes a lot of sense to take Exhaust against those champions who do a lot of all-in burst damage, and Exhaust is good at countering that. He didn't take any other summoner spell combinations, so that keeps it nice and simple. Moving on to his runes and masteries. His mastery page is very standard for TF. He goes with 12-18-0, with his keystone mastery being Thunderlord's Decree. You guys can just pause the video and copy it if you want to. As for his rune pages though, he has 5 different rune pages for TF. However, he only really uses 2 of them. I imagine the other 3 pages are only very situational. I will go through all of them nonetheless. First, his rune page against a magic damage matchup. He goes with 9 magic penetration reds, 9 scaling health yellows, 9 magic resist blues, and 3 movement speed quints. And then his second page, he has got an armor page for 80 matchups or against full 80 team comps, where he goes 9 magic penetration reds, 9 armor yellows, 6 cooldown reduction per level blues, 3 ability power per level blues, and 3 movement speed quints. You can see he has got no magic resist with this page. Instead, he has armor and cooldown reduction. So those are his 2 standard rune pages that he takes on TF. The next page he has got, which I only saw him use once in recent times, is a page with a mixture of armor and magic resist. He used this in a game against Jace and Rumble, so I am assuming he wasn't quite sure who he was going to lane against. Was it going to be Jace or was it going to be Rumble? So he decided to just take a mixture of his standard rune pages to be safe. The other 2 pages I never actually saw him take in recent times, but I'll go through them anyway, just in case you are interested. They are pretty similar to the other pages with some slight differences. This one is exactly the same as the previous one, except now you have 6 cooldown reduction blues per level instead of the straight 9 magic resist blues. The final rune page is just a variation to his first one, which he takes against magic damage matchups. Instead of the 9 magic resist blues, he goes with the 3 magic resist blues and 6 cooldown reduction per level blues. So those are his 5 rune pages. Now we'll move on to his actual item build. Now his item build is slightly different to the most common TF build. However, it is still very much the same, or very similar indeed. He basically rushes a Rod of Ages first before a Lichbane. The most popular build on TF is basically the one that Gross Score uses, where he rushes Lichbane and then basically just goes full damage after that with items such as Ludens and Deathcap. However, SSBM Hax never goes with Ludens and often prioritizes Zhonya's over Deathcap. So basically with his item build, he's being a lot more safer rather than just going full damage, which I believe is more common to do in Challenger Elo. Anyway, his starting items would be a Doran's Ring, 2 pots and a yellow trinket. Then on his first back, he would usually aim to get a catalyst so he can start building into that Rod of Ages so he can get it as quick as possible. Following on from this, his core build order would be Rod of Ages into Boots of Lucidity followed by Lichbane. Depending on the situation, he would then either get Zhonya's or an Abyssal Scepter. If he feels like he needs the MR, he will get an Abyssal. Otherwise, he would just go with the Zhonya's, which obviously provides armor, but also allows him to engage fights with his ultimate, as he can then Zhonya's while his teammates follows up. His final item build would usually be something like a Rod of Ages, Boots of Lucidity, Lichbane, Zhonya's, Void Staff, and a Deathcap. The only other item, like I mentioned before, that he goes with is an Abyssal Scepter if he decided he needed that item. Finally, his skill order, he would start W, get Q, and then E level 3, max Q first, W second, E third, and obviously his ultimate whenever he can. And that pretty much does it for the build guide. As for playing TF, it usually takes you quite a few games to learn how to play him and his unique playstyle, where you provide so much global pressure with your ultimate. If you like TF and you want to get good with him, I recommend just keep playing him as much as possible. I feel like he's one of those champions you just need to keep on playing to improve. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If so, drop that like button, and as always, have a nice day.